Hey Terry, just wanted to walk you through what we're doing today in Earth Science. Today we're going to continue talking about different features of the Earth and how understanding how geologic features on Earth play into where you tend to find life forms. So the kids will be using a National Geographic Map Maker program, and they'll be filling out a worksheet. And the worksheet's called Marine Geographic and Biological Maps. By following this website, and remember to remind the kids to type it in exactly the way it is. So that's going to be a capital S, lowercase w, capital P, a G, and a 7. If they put in this, they should get to a website that looks like this. This is a great website, and what the kids are going to do is they're going to toggle each of these little systems, and on the front of the page it says earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, sea surface temperatures, ocean surface currents, ocean chlorophyll, plate tectonics, and surface elevation. So most of those are right here. So you've got surface currents, ocean chlorophyll, summer and winter temperatures. Then you've got different land features, so earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, plate tectonics, and surface elevation. Now, each one of these has a little icon here with information, and you've noticed maybe that every time I click on something, a little box pops up. What the kids are supposed to do on this front page is basically click on each of those mini tabs and basically tell me what this map can be used to tell them. So with earthquakes are gonna, that's pretty self-explanatory, but for some of the ones like ocean chlorophyll, so let's see, ocean chlorophyll is this one here. If you read the description, it basically tells you that ocean chlorophyll is a way to analyze how much phytoplankton is in an area, and you can see that on the map. This is the most colorful thing on the map. You notice that phytoplankton tends to be along the shores, and it also tends to be around volcanic areas. Now you can play with the transparency here, so I'm actually going to click these off, and I really encourage the kids to play around with taking these things off. I'm going to take this as well, and playing with the transparency. So if you look at the plate tectonics, and I need to make this a little less transparent. Let's see if I can zoom out at all. Okay, here we go. So you should be able to see the tectonic plates here. These are each tectonic plates. You should notice that on the edges of the tectonic plates you have a lot of earthquakes, volcanoes, those sort of things. You also tend to have lots and lots of chlorophyll, ocean chlorophyll. Is that a coincidence? That's what the kids are going to be hopefully gathering as they look at these. Now, if you look at the thing here, worksheet, on the back side, this is when they need to make sense and start really trying to identify patterns. And you're probably going to have to help them a lot. I've noticed that the students really don't seem to be making a lot of connections lately. I don't know if it's because they're not really trying to think about it, or if I lost them somewhere, or what, but really trying to encourage them to work as groups to try and come up with this stuff, and try not to help them too much. Give them helpful reminders. Basically, it's pretty self-explanatory on the back. I want them to tell me the purpose of maps. And that's just, the purpose is to tell you different things about the Earth's surface. Patterns that you observe. I notice that earthquakes and volcanoes tend to happen in the same places. I notice that earthquakes and volcanoes happen where tectonic plates intersect. I notice that chlorophyll tends to be highest around the edges of the continents, that sort of stuff. Here's where they take these things, these patterns, and really try and make sense of it. So basically, is there Is it just coincidence, or is there something, some sort of specific conclusion that we can come to? That's what they put here. And then in general, this is what they learn. So I learned that maps can teach me about abundance of life in the ocean and how that's connected to landforms. That's kind of what I'm looking for. If they get done with that, the front side and the back side, here's a really important question that I want them to play around with. And I really encourage them to just kind of explore the software. There's drawing tools, there's markers, they can kind of hang out with that. There are also other tabs like the human system tabs. The question is, why is it good to have maps that show information other than just the basics, such as locations of the continents and major islands? That's because there's more information to be gathered other than just landforms. So that's kind of what I want them to get done. Now, I think they can get done with this, especially if they work as a group, if you give them 45 minutes or so. If you have time, I would go over it with the class, just kind of talk to them about it, maybe pull sticks or something like that, call kids at random, have them come up, show their papers, that sort of thing, compare answers. If you still have more time, you can do the reading assignment. This is the deep sea submersive, and you can have the kids copy these questions down, or if you want to, you can make it easier and just photocopy it and then cut them out. Have the kids answer these questions. If they read this article, it should be really easy to answer the questions, and that shouldn't take more than half an hour to do. So that should be a whole period, but here's the thing. On Wednesday, I should have mentioned this before, on Wednesday you only have an hour in each class because there's a performance. The theater group's going to be doing a performance for us. So that's basically the plan for Wednesday, and if I have you come in the morning on Thursday, that's what you'll be doing with my 5th period class as well. Good luck.